What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Today we're taking a look at some knives that come in under that $100 price point that have really been impressive early on. Before we get started, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Check down below the video. I would love to have you here. And before you head out, hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. It really helps get these videos pushed out there so more eyes can get on them, and that is a huge help. We're going to kick this one off with the Trivisa Columba. Now, there's going to be quite a few different variations of this knife. They're all right around $50, and I have to say, guys, Trivisa, if you go and look at some of their newer knives that are just starting to come out or have just recently come out, boy, do they have some very good looking designs. I mean, this thing is just great looking. I saw pictures of it and I went out and bought it. We got a 3 3/4 inch satin finished 14C 28N drop point blade. It's absolutely beautiful. We have this little notch on both sides, and I like that it doesn't go all the way through. I like change ups. I like things being different, and if this went all the way through, I think the aesthetic wouldn't quite be the same. That subtle change in the finish in there, it gives it that two-tone look. It just looks really good. We have a rear flipper tab with some very nice jimping. The detent is tuned very well, and this thing is droppy, so smooth. The micarta on here is finished very nicely. We also have a chamfer and jimping on that liner. It's just an exceptional job, right around $50. Deep carry clip, recessed clip. The screws aren't, but no big deal. Plenty of room to get in and out of the pocket. The Trivisa Columba is definitely one to take a look at. I'm bringing this one out, guys, because this thing has been just ultra impressive. The Sivi Chevalier, this is the version 2. This has a black washed sheep's foot style blade coming in 14C. We have dual fullers, and we have a rear flipper tab. The spring on these is just absolutely incredible. Great build from Sivi. And then we have these stone washed aluminum handles with all black hardware. It just looks really good. I like this knife so much. I went out and bought a milled clip for it from Sivi with the black DLC titanium. These things come in well under $100. I think even if you add in the titanium clip, it is going to be well under $100. But if you're looking for that nice, like, gent style utility type knife, or just a fun EDC knife in general, this thing will definitely fit the bill. Solid lockup on that plunge. Couldn't ask for much more from Sivi on this one. They absolutely knocked this one out of the park. Now, this next one up, guys, is an absolute game changer. This is the Migon PGO. Now, this is going to be the more affordable one, coming in right around $40 to $50, guys. And wait till we get into the specs of this guy. For $40, it literally smokes the last two that we just took a look at as far as price and materials and keeping that same quality. But we're getting a stone washed straight back style drop point 14C 28N blade. We have dual thumb studs for deployment, and we have this nice minimal front flipper tab, and the detent on this thing is tuned nicely. It is pretty strong, and it's very satisfying. We do have a clean show side, and that's one thing I like about Trivisa too, guys, is they do kind of what Migon does. They keep the show side of the blade clean, just throw their little logo there on the pivot, and they're done with the branding on the knife. And I think that's perfectly acceptable. Looks very clean. In this case, we have G10 handles, G10 backspacer, nice satin finish steel liners. We have a ton of internal milling for weight relief. We also have a milled titanium pocket clip that's going to be reversible for our lefty brothers, and we have great access with a chamfer on that liner, all for right around $40 to $45, guys. Right now, these are at that price, and is absolutely incredible. It's a good size. It's not you know, a big knife, but it's not a small knife either. Definitely going to be good enough to get a nice full purchase on it. As long as you have large or XL size hands, you will be just fine on this knife, and this thing will do a lot of work for a very little amount of money. The Migon PGO is definitely one to take a look at if you're in that price range. Now I'm trying to bring you guys some variety, some very varying price points. This is the Kaiser KH here, coming in 154 cm. We have this PVD coated, beautiful spear point like drop point blade. It is an absolute beautiful drop point. I love the look of this thing. We have dual thumb studs, front and rear flipper, and the springs on this are tuned very well. Featured this in a few other videos as well as its unboxing, which is up on the channel. If you didn't get a chance to see it, you can just type it in, it'll pop right up. We do have open construction with internal milling for weight relief, deep carry clip that's been recessed along with the screws, and we have a filler tab for lefty carry. This thing has been ultra impressive since getting it in, and that lockup is nice and solid. You can get a ton of leverage on the deployment methods, and getting that leverage with the stronger springs just makes for a very satisfying button lock action. This thing carries great, handles great, looks good, cuts very good. The Kaiser KH or the KH is definitely a fantastic button lock EDC knife. Now here's one we focused on or have been focusing on as part of our EDC update. If you follow along with the morning updates, you'll know quite a bit more about this. This is the Kooby Bluff. This has a high polish, sand-blasted 14C 28N blade, drop point blade. We have a nice fuller that goes into this swedge that runs to the tip. We have a cutout, and that will be our sole means of deployment on this guy. It is a Bridgeport collaboration with Kubey. Definitely, once you know that, you're like, yeah, that definitely looks like a Bridgeport design. We have G10 for our handle materials, and we have internal milling in there on them recessed steel liners, or how would you say that? Inlaid, I guess. I don't know what you'd want to say. Hidden liners, and there's a lot of internal milling in there. Nice deep carry pocket clip. This has been redesigned since these newer Kubeys have come out. Crossbar lock is fantastic. Nice and solid. Nice strong springs. It is adjustable just like the clutch lock. These come in at a great price tag. Nice row of jimping there. The Kooby Bluff, guys, this thing is fantastic. If you like the drop bear, but you're looking more for this style of blade, this really reminds me of the drop bear. Not quite as spear pointy, and it has a little bit different feel and handle. But if you're looking for that, but you would rather have 14C than 154 and pay quite a bit less, the Kooby Bluff, guys, is a fantastic option. You'll have to let me know down in the comments what are some of your favorite knives right now coming in under $100. I got to hear from you guys. I need to know. Listening to you guys really helps me come up with new ideas, gives me input. So I gotta hear from you. You gotta leave me a comment down below, baby. Let me know what you're thinking. Under $100, what do you got? Let me know. Hit that thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Would love to have you here. Otherwise, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.